second Lenten meditation concert. I'm really excited today to ask Jordan Hammons a couple questions. So first off, Jordan, tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Well, I would start by saying I'm excited. I've just recently joined the staff here at Holy Trinity by the Lake as the youth leader. In addition to that, I also sing opera. That's my background. I went to SMU for my master's and a performer's diploma, and I'm a tenor, obviously. And I'm originally from Alabama and have come to call Texas home.
Wonderful. Well, we're so happy to have you. I was very thrilled to find out when he joined staff that he was also an opera singer, and I took full advantage by asking him right away to be a part of this series. So I've been able to look through the music. We've been able to work on it together. I'm playing on the piano for him with the keyboard, and it's been really a pleasure to work on this music. And this music is not only sung by Jordan, but it's also arranged. He composes too. So
That
yeah.
might be a stretch, but
Well, that being said, can you tell us about your piece?
yeah. So this piece actually came to be in 2012. I was working on a series of concerts to do at a couple of churches, and I realized as an undergraduate student, most of what I had wasn't necessarily church music in the rural South. It was, Handel and Bach and
Oh.
wah, wah.
Let's get.
So the way this piece came to be was that in 2012, I was working on a series of church concerts, and in the rural South, in primarily Methodist churches, which is my original religious background. My dad's a Methodist preacher. I realized that the things that I was singing at school, Bach, Mozart, Haydn, etc., they just weren't quite what the church audiences in those areas knew as church music. And so about that time, I had discovered the sacred harp or the shape note hymnals, and really fell in love with that sound. And so I actually sat and went through a copy and picked some texts that really resonated with me. And then I started adding a couple that I knew that folks back home would know and recognize. And if you're not familiar with sacred harp, it's usually in 3 voices, and they all have a melody, but the melody's in the tenor voice. And so I tried to retain that, but added different voices and colors and chords and sounds to really make something unique and new.
Yeah. Well, and it's such I so enjoyed experiencing this music, and I already know the answer to this, but for those listening, which pieces stand out to you as incredibly, I mean, they're all meaningful, but which ones are especially meaningful, and what should people be listening for?
So the 3rd and 8th movement are really one and the same. They're you'll pick up on that. The text is a Charles Wesley text that I think it's a shame it's not in our hymnal. I'll just say that. It's really about humans seeing Jesus on the cross and asking those questions of why, and ultimately responding to the love and grace that Jesus is offering. Additionally, the arrangement of Amazing Grace means a lot to me. It's really personal. It reminds me a lot of my grandmother and some close times with her. And specifically, the melody might be a little different from what you're used to, as this is the actual original melody, and so you might hear it and say, well, that's not Amazing Grace as I know it, but this melody is where we get our Amazing Grace. And I would point out that there are, and Lauren, you know this, there are a few places throughout the piece that there might be music from another hymn, another movement snuck in somewhere, or the piano and the voice trade parts with each other. So those are things to listen for.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jordan. We're
you.
just I'm so excited to share this with everyone. And yeah, we will be gathering again next Wednesday. Jonathan Melton's family is going to be offering some music, and a friend of mine, Blake, they will be offering some very different music than what you'll hear this week. So it'll be really nice to have that. And of course, the previous week we had plain song chant. So this is really wonderful to have such diverse music, and so lovely to work with you.
Well, it's such a pleasure, and I really loved having the chance to play or perform with you and sing for you virtually.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Thank you.